Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm carrying on this coloring page in Fairy Touch of Magic by Klara Markova, and today I'm going to focus on the sweets all over the place, and I will be using Helen Elliston's Colorist Special Effects number 2 to help me with the sweets and maybe even also some of these glazing things. We'll see how we go. But first things first, I'm going to figure out how I'm going to color these sweets. So like that's cherry, and I want to make this honey, this section here all honey, so I'll use the same colors I've been using for the honeycomb. So we'll get that out, and then I need to give some thought to the jar. But what I'll do is I'm going to just go with what I know, and we'll kind of progress from there. Again, I'm using Prismacolor Premier pencils. They are really just super easy to use and I really enjoy them. Right, I've also noticed I've got purple down at the bottom here, so I need to actually lift this purple up, and I'm thinking I might bring a bit of purple here on maybe these cushions, or I could do her dress. I'm a bit undecided how to balance these colors, and I might need to bring in some gentle blues. Sometimes this is where it gets a bit tricky. Okay, so I am going to use the Helen Elliston Special Effects because I really do like learning and growing, and I don't actually always know how to do things. So when I don't know how to do things, I find something to help me, and it kind of all works out really, really well. Except I've lost it. Where is it? I'm sure I tagged it. No, that's not the right tag. Oh dear. I was very sure I put a tag. Ah, there we go. I did put a tag, just the wrong tag. So I'm gonna follow this tutorial here. It's in pencil. Sorry, not pencil. It's pink. I don't really know if I want to do pink, but maybe we could do pink. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is shade in most of the parts with your main color, which is still undecided. Yay. I think these are like honeycomb. So maybe we need to make, no, we can't make them dark because her hands are dark skin, and I don't want dark on dark. That will make the contrast a bit difficult. We could make some red. Not that one, maybe we do that one blue. No. Oh, it's so difficult, I promise you. Right, now I'm gonna go and see if I can find wrapping sweets, wrap sweets. Like what sort of ideas can I get? Oh, you could do clear. Oh my gosh, that could be really tricky. Those aren't clear though. I suppose we could do all sorts of colors. Gold. Well, we've already got a lot of yellow, so no point doing gold. We've got green here, so I don't want to do green. I could do red. I just make them kind of like reds. Maybe reds and blues. Okay, we'll do reds and blues. Well, I hope that you are all well. having a good start to your week. Actually, I could do pink. Yeah, I can do pink because I've got pink kind of woven throughout the page. So we'll start with pink. So I need Deco Pink. If you're wondering if my brain is often like this, yes it is. I can overthink things very quickly. Okay, I want to do these like little heart ones down here with red and reddish pink, and then, sorry, my sleeve is like one of those really long sleeves, so it dangles down and it will get in the way. Okay, so I'm going to use Deco Pink, and I will go over the hearts with a white Posca pen at the end of coloring this page, and I will make it look really, really pretty. I just really don't like the idea of using gold. I think it will clash. I'll just do that, and then I like this one, so we'll do this one pink. Hi Noelle, how are you? And I think this one should probably be a green. Yeah, we can make that a green. Then it can have a red cherry on it. Yeah, doing all right, thank you. No complaints. Our town is starting to come alive with Christmas decorations already, so that's quite exciting. I'm just going to pull out all the colors for the pinky red sweets. Process red. Nope. So for the pink, I need Deco Pink, pink, process red, pomegranates, and I will need grays, Crimson Lake, which is on the other side. I need a 50% warm grey and a 70% warm grey. I got a 70% warm grey and a 50% warm grey. Oh, okay. It's just getting confused because she's got all this lovely pink, and then step 7, it's just grey with white, and I'm like, why is it grey? I don't understand, but I've worked it out. She's just really highlighting where the white highlights go. Okay, and I think if I do this, I think blue, these ones blue, and then gold, I can outline the shapes in gold. That could work really nicely. So I'm going to try and pull out similar shades of color. See if I can build it up. I'll make it quite a vibrant blue. maybe like that. Okay, we'll start with those. I'll do blue and pink and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so for the blue ones, I'm going to do this one here. So I'm using a powder blue. You could probably use a cloud blue. I'm actually really enjoying coloring this page, which is such a nice feeling to go from a coloring block to actually sitting down regularly and going, yes, I'm enjoying this page, I'm going to carry on with it, and it's turning out really well, so that is a bonus. All right, so all of this here. You know what, we can even make the cherry a totally different color. It doesn't have to look like a cherry, you know, in the same colors. I could make it any color. So I could do this one. I need one more different color. If I do gold, it will clash. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so now I need to bring in the next lot of colors. So I'm using blue slate. So I really love that Christmas is on its way. I always look forward to Christmas. It's a pity I can never have the music I would put on a video off the YouTube free music. It's a pity I can't like play that in the background. At least when I'm quiet, you guys have all got something to listen to. You kind of have to try and picture a sweet kind of indented along here. thank you. You're very kind. I was actually looking at the paintings by a painter called Frank Orbach. He's a more, or he was a more contemporary kind of modern artist, and his paintings are very thick with paints, very layered, almost to the point where it looks like he sculpted his subject matter with the paint itself, except onto canvas. And I actually was like looking at this and I thought, ooh, this could be fun, because you know, I could put on some really cool music, get some acrylic paints. I'd have to probably go get some more because my acrylic paint is quite limited. And you could do like finger painting. I thought, oh, that could be loads of fun, like finger paints to classical music or something, or my favorite pop music or whatever music I'm interested on at the time. So I'm quite excited to do that, but I find I'm not yet at a stage, and I honestly don't know if I would get to the stage where I could do that online, because I kind of have to not be thinking about anything. I need to kind of go into that zone. And I mean, it would probably be fun to watch and entertaining. I don't know if I could make it entertaining and still pull it off at the same time. Because, you know, you kind of have to like feel your way with the paint and the whole process. So maybe one day, if I'm a bit more settled with that sort of experimentation, I could maybe do like a live stream or something and have fun with it, but I don't see that happening in the foreseeable future. I did have a go with PVA glue the other day. I was doing some experimenting and seeing what could I create with PVA glue, and that was quite fun, except I tried to make like the white foam of waves crashing down, and the PVA that I bought was much fresher, better quality than the old PVA I had at home and used up in a different project. So what ended up happening is the PVA dried completely clear. So I'd have to go and paint over it to get that foamy effect. So live and learn. Yeah, it was loads of fun. I mean, it didn't come out anything wow, to be really honest. I mean, it was just fun. I've got to start planning Elf on the Shelf for the kids, because they've decided that they really would like me to carry on with Elf. So I'm trying to come up with ideas where I can bring in some of the teenage slang going around, or the teenage jokes, and kind of incorporate that into a good laugh. I will put all my color combos in the description below, so if you like any of the color combos, they are available for you. So these sweets are quite different to the one in the Color Special effect, which seems to be more, she's crinkled it more. Whereas I've kept mine a little bit more hollow. That is something I'm going to have to work on. I mean, these sweets to me look more shaped oval. So next Tuesday is December. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And I will make sure that we will start a winter page. Maybe a Christmas page. And well, actually what we could do is I can look through some of my portrait pages and we can have a go. We'll do some Christmas winter coloring. I know Christmas isn't a big thing for everyone, so I might just stick to winter coloring. Maybe we can do something with snow. There's a few things we could do. Hi Carly, how are you? Yeah, all good, thank you. Hello Brittany, how are you? So what's everyone's thoughts on the Woomer pencils? I've been busy researching them a little bit, getting to familiar with the reviews, or just a couple of reviews. I was just curious what everyone, have you tried them? What do you think of them? Hi Dawn, how are you? Glad to hear you're all right and doing well. Fair enough, you don't have the pencils and don't think you'll be buying them. Ah, thank you, Dawn. So now I'm going to use the pink on these ones down here. Oh, cool, Collie. I'm glad to hear you like the Woomers. What do you like about them? Okay, they're smooth, not hard. Dawn, I'm not ready for Thanksgiving because I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I wish we did though. I think it's such a lovely holiday. I've always kind of associated Thanksgiving to be more of an American holiday than an international holiday. Are you ready for Thanksgiving? Okay, so the pencils have pretty colors. That's cool. Because as far as I know, they're a budget set of pencils. Oh, that sounds lovely, Dawn. Go visiting the family and making a cake. That's awesome. Oh, totally agree. Every day should be a day of gratitude. Easily forgotten, though, in the busyness of everyday life. Although I am going to sound probably really strange, I've decided the past couple of days to express gratitude for the body that I have, kind of like as a way of just being grateful for, you know, my health, the body I have, practicing gratitude, because I just feel like I don't really appreciate what I've been given in this area. So yeah, I'm practicing that. I want to just change my self-talk sometimes. So I thought if I do that, then I will encourage myself towards a bit more of a positive viewpoint. Although we can practice gratitude in many areas. I am coloring with Prismacolor pencils in Klara Markova's Fairy Touch of Magic. I am also asking what people think of the Wimmer pencils. So I'm curious to know your thoughts. Oh, that's interesting, Brittany. Someone else believes Rumor will be coming out with a bigger set of pencils. I don't know if you really need this Crimson Lake. You could probably leave it without. I think it's there just to give a bit more brightness. Okay, I have blue and pink sweets. Oh my goodness. I'll do the inside of the wrappers. Not that there's terribly much. Yes, she's holding candy. What's confusing you? Only 3 pencils. Oh, you've been picking pages for Shannon's prompts. I'm just trying to work out my color wheel because I have red, blue, purple is kind of here, red, purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, so I don't want to do orange because I got orange in here, but I think if I do a dark green, or maybe a yellowy green, that could work. All right, let's try something. That's lovely, Dawn, going out with a friend. Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm still here. I'm busy thinking very hard what I am doing. I've made these weird kind of like greenish colors, and I'm hoping that by doing that I've kept it kind of muted. I don't want them to be overly obvious. I don't want them to clash with these leaves. So this is one of the things I'm practicing. Being okay if I make a decision on something I'm working on and it doesn't work out. The more important thing right now is that I'm coloring, and if I make a color choice that doesn't work so great, well, it's just a color choice. I know for next time. Okay, well, it is what it is. All right, weird greeny colored candy and pink and blue candy. Okay, I guess we will carry on with honey. Oh dear. This is the part where I get sort of, I'm done, I put it away and that's it. I don't want to see this page ever again because I get overwhelmed and fed up. But we persevere. Right, lemon yellow, canary yellow, goldenrod, crimson red, Sienna brown, sepia, black and white. I took my black out. Okay, so we're gonna just go on to honey because I don't know what else to do with myself, and apparently this is how I overcome overwhelm. When I feel overwhelmed, I go to what I know. The nice thing is with a white Posca pen, you can just add in all the bits that you colored over. So nothing is ever really wasted. Ah, thank you, Dawn. You could probably make this honey as light or as dark as you fancy. I actually need to fill this in here. Hi Dawn. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your time with your friend. Hi Katerina, how are you? It's great to have you join us. Yeah, all good, thank you. Glad to hear that you are well. Hope your week has started off pretty good. Well, this page is very good for practicing liquid. Oh, thank you, Kali. It's a very yellow page. I don't think I've ever colored this much yellow. I'm glad you like yellow. You're right, it is a very cheery color. I think some cultures have it that yellow is the color of joy or happiness. I think I'm trying to remember. I think gold in Chinese culture symbolizes wealth and prosperity. I've got a book all on the different colors and what they mean in different places. I'd have to go and look it up and refresh myself. But yeah, color meanings change depending where you are in the world. And yellow is a very warm color. Ooh, red. I'm not sure. What color in China means luck? Yeah, red is considered lucky in China, symbolizing happiness, joy, good fortune, and success. It's ubiquitous during festivals, appearing on decorations, clothing, and red envelopes. White and black are the traditional colors for funerals in China, according to the AI overview. And red should not be worn as it is the color of happiness and is used for celebrations like weddings and Chinese New Year. You would wear to a funeral more blacks and whites, especially white, as far as I know. Because white represents mourning and purity, whereas red and yellow offer life and protection. So there you go. Well done, Carly. You know your colors. I find with different cultures, personally, just a personal thing, I like to make sure I check myself, because if I was to go somewhere and it's different culture to me, I wouldn't want to cause offense. So yeah, I mean, it's like if I was to go to some of the Arabian or to any of the Arabian nations, I would want to make sure I'm very careful with knowing the customs and cultures, especially the more common ones, and how to dress and all of that, because I like doing things with that sort of understanding. It's just a personal thing for me. So yeah, I like fact-checking my stuff. Sometimes I even fact-check myself because memory is not always reliable. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. This is a very, very yellow page. Oh my goodness. It's so yellow. I cannot wear most yellow clothing. If I wear yellow, it has to be a very specific shade of yellow. Otherwise, it just looks horrendous. So I got myself a bundle of secondhand clothes, and in this bundle was this lovely yellow top. I saw the color. I mean, it's as bright as a canary yellow, mixed with a little bit of like goldenrod to mute it down, but it's still really bright. And I didn't even lift it up. I saw the yellow in the box. My eyes clocked it. I was like, nope, wrong color, wrong shade. I'm not even going to give it the attention it deserves. It's a standard no. And I said to my husband, right, I'll keep this bit, this bit, this bit, but that one I'm selling or I'm gifting or donating. I am not keeping yellow. Oh, I like that you like wearing yellow. It just doesn't work with my skin tone. I remember going to a clothes shop one day with a friend, and I brought a yellow piece of clothing up to my face, and she was like, nope, not at all, take it off, no. So I can confirm it is not my imagination, because she is one of my closest friends, and I know she wouldn't tell me what I wanted to hear. Oh, okay, you don't like mustardy colors. Fair enough. Even mustard, it's so weird because I've got a jersey or a jumper. It's a knitted one. And it's got a bit of a mustard yellow, like navy blue, and I think some cream or white. Anyway, but the colors work very well together, so they balance each other off. And that one I can wear. So the autumnal sort of colors work much better. But bright canary yellow or lemon yellow, not a chance. I'll give the sun a bad reputation. I'll disgrace the sun of the color yellow. Oh, lovely, reds and dark purple. Nice. I like red. I can do red. As long as it's a warm red. Can't do a blue red. And purples, more your lilacs than very dark purples. I think wearing purple scares me. hang on, I want to blend this out a bit more. Right, we've done quite a lot of honey. Honey, honey, honey. Right, so we have a whole lot of honey now. I don't know what these are. I mean, they remind me of like a jammy dodger type of biscuit. I think with South Africa you have to specify whether it is which particular culture in South Africa, because South Africa has a mix of cultures. It has white or Caucasian, it has, or the Afrikaans, it has African, so traditional African or dark skin tone people, and even within their cultures there's a variety, because you have the Zulu, the Xhosa, the Tswana, the Indebele, the Venda. There are so many different ethnic groups within South Africa. We also have in South Africa a strong Indian culture. So I think it's worth, like, I hear what you're saying about certain exceptions and places that you've heard. I still think it is worth holding it lightly, because there can be differences in different groups, and we can't take the same thing and just go and say it applies. You've got to be careful. In Caucasian or the white people in South Africa, we don't wear red, we wear black, unless specified by someone who has told us that the dress code is different. We'd normally wear black, like American or English culture, British culture, westernized. Traditional places like Ghana, Africa, Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, wherever you go, even within the Asian, you have to know, you have to be careful in order to make sure it is honoring. That's my thing personally. Wherever I go, I want to make sure I am being respectful and honoring to the places that I've been or I'm going to. Personal thing, I mean, when my grandmother passed away several years ago, she was very clear she wanted us to come in bright clothing because she wanted her life to be celebrated. In the midst of me packing my suitcase to go back to South Africa for her funeral or her memorial, I actually forgot, and I ended up by default just packing a lot of dark, black and white clothing. So my one cousin, she remembered. A couple of my cousins did. They remembered. I just completely forgot, and I was stuck because there was nothing I could do. And I felt bad because I wanted to be respectful of my grandmother. I really loved my grandmother, but I had forgotten, and I had come in the default black and white clothing instead of brightly colored. And it wasn't because I was trying to disrespect her, it was because I'd forgotten. However, it is possible that other family members in my extended family may have interpreted it differently and thought, well, I had total disregard for my grandmother because I didn't come dressed according to her wishes. Regardless of whether that was the case or not, I will never know. But it is possible. So I just shrugged it off and made the best of it. There was nothing I could do. Live and learn. We all make mistakes. Right, even the mushrooms have honey on them. We are really making sure this is a honey infestation, I tell you. You know that Mamma Mia song, money, money, money. Oh, it's funny. It's more like honey, honey, honey. Oh, it's sweet. In a fairy's world. I ain't gonna go further than that. I can't carry those high notes. I haven't had enough practice. Oh, I love ABBA. ABBA is so much fun. And yes, Mamma Mia is like one of the classics. I mean, speaking of classics, my eldest son is, he has to do Pride and Prejudice in term 2. So I told him, nope, don't worry about reading the book. I mean, if you want to read the book, you can, but if you really don't want to, it's fine. I've got something for us. We're going to watch Pride and Prejudice, the BBC TV series. So we start next week. I'm so excited because I can torture him with a really great movie, great series. I love that series. Okay, so that's that honey. I will use like I think gel pen for the bows. I can put a bit of green in here. All these centers. Oh, the series is, oh, I love the series. I promise you, it is just wonderful. You can get it on the Internet Archives. Let me see if I can find it for you. If you are interested. I've watched this thing like, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. It's got Colin Firth in it. It's just amazing. No other version has come close to this version of Pride and Prejudice. All right, there you go. And you should be able to watch it for free. But yes, I am a huge fan. I mean, they're already teasing me. My kids were like, Mom's gonna put us through a musical. I was highly indignant. I said, no, I'm not putting you through a musical. I'm giving you a rich experience. It's wonderful. It's a classic for a reason. The children doth protest too much. I think what I might do is I might actually make a little bit of popcorn, and I like to put M&Ms, or in South Africa we used to get a box of Astros, which are kind of like biscuity, small round biscuity things dunked in chocolate and color coated. They're really, really yum, but you don't get them in the UK, so I then worked out that M&M's was the second best thing, because if I put Smarties in, the preservatives and the coloring I can taste, and I don't really like that. Well, I hope you are able to watch it, because it really is great. But yeah, I mean, because I like the M&Ms in popcorn, because I like the salt and sweet sort of flavor, and I find it's not too sweet, but then the heat of the popcorn also helps to melt the chocolate. It's not everyone's kind of thing, because I've offered it to other people and not everyone likes it. So I need to figure out a bit of a different grey, because I need it to be like a yellowy grey sort of colouring going on here, not a complete white mushroom. I think we need to make it a bit more grey. Oh, and the other one that has been made into a film, and I think you can get it on Netflix. So if you do like Netflix, and that's Northanger Abbey. I'm pretty sure Northanger Abbey and Persuasion. There were a couple of the Jane Austen books that have been made into movies. There might have even been a Mansfield Park one. I've watched quite a few of the Jane Austen movies. Oh, I feel you about a wheat allergy, Brittany. If it helps, I can only eat the M&Ms in the brown packet. I think it's like the brownie version, because of it's the only one that's dairy wheat free. I didn't know that they do have a dairy free option, but that's good to know. I have a couple of friends who are dairy free. Okay, nice little simple mushrooms. I want to do the grass here the same as the snail, because I think that would work quite well. I need, oh, okay, I didn't do too bad. I need a light green. That's where I went wrong here. I should have used a light green instead of the chartreuse and the lime peel. That was my mistake. So I'm going to try not to make this too smooth. I want to kind of try and make it almost mossy, like by making like scumbling sort of textures. Okay, I want a picture of a jammy dodger. Okay, there we go. So these centers I need to make red and maybe let those be like white little dots. Yeah, I think that will look okay. Okay, biscuits. I definitely need a light umber. I'm gonna need a burnt ochre. Sienna brown should work. Okay, let's see. Maybe a beige. And I have got eggshell. Okay, so I'm gonna make these look like jammy dodgers. I'm not saying that they are jammy dodgers, they just remind me of a jammy dodger. No, I don't have a celiac disease. I just have a sensitivity to gluten. I developed it in my, at least as far as I know, I developed it in my 30s. And yeah, just find I actually function better off gluten than on gluten. I knew in South Africa that my body worked much better on a low carb diet, so avoiding pastas and breads, but I really do like bread and I really do like pasta. However, it was only in my 30s that I realized actually that I was hurting my body by having gluten. So I ended up doing an elimination diet, which confirmed it. And I also found out I do need to be careful with dairy. So I tend to have regular milk, but I am careful with cream. So I don't do, I will do dairy-free cream or cream alternatives. I will do yogurt alternatives because my body doesn't like that heavy, those heavy creams, and even certain cheeses, I can eat them, it's just I don't feel great afterwards. But I was tested for celiac disease and I don't have, which I'm very grateful for. But I do think as we get older, our bodies do change. Oh, I see. But I find I mostly eat as clean as I can. I avoid gluten where I can, and that's fine. Traveling can get a bit more difficult. Fortunately, we don't travel too much, so when we went to France for a holiday a few years back, I didn't come right with gluten-free stuff, and I ran out of gluten-free food. So I told my family, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. We'll figure it out. So I indulged in, you know, the delicious pastries, and I didn't go overboard, but I had, you know, sourdough pizza, and I had some sourdough bread because I thought if I go sourdough, it should be easier to digest than regular. And yeah, by the time we were traveling home, I was not a happy girl. And a few days later, after just eating my normal diet, I was much better. And I know for next time I must actually get the you can get tablets to help break down the gluten. So I'll just do that next time we go traveling. It's very interesting. Different countries have different products and brands. So it's very interesting to hear the different types of brands you have in America. Oh, lovely. You're making a nice sauce to go with your dinner. What's for dinner? I made a string bean soup, to which I had several complaints. And one child was like not trying to ration me as to how much of the soup I gave him. And the other child tried it and then was, I can't have this. Mommy, I don't like it. Like, tough, you have to eat it because I made that and I'm not making different dinners. You're not going to disintegrate just because I'm giving you vegetables. Oh, that sounds delicious. Chili relleno casserole. Yeah, I hear you about needing protein in your cheese. Okay, I want to do a nice red center. And this will actually help bring that red from the top of the page all the way down. So we'll get a nice balance going. I want a bit of green here because I'm going to use the green to make it nice and dark. The challenge you've got with all these food things is as they start meeting people's requirements, or for lack of a better way of putting it, demands, then they become expensive. And then we want them to be cheaper and affordable. So it gets so tricky to get what we need for the price that we can afford. Right, I don't think it's bad. I'm not sure it's great. Just try and blend this out a bit. Right, so we're getting there. want to use a cream to blend that out. I think it will just make it look a bit better. Alright, so definitely use a cream instead of a white pencil to blend it out, unless you want it to look really faded. I'm really liking how this page is turning out. I think it looks really just joyful. And it's actually been a real pleasure to color it. I don't know if I'll actually finish it because I've got so much other art things that I need to actually focus on and do. And we'll just get done what we get done and enjoy the process. Right, there we go. We can put a little bit of grey in here. Let's try and make it a little bit more. Make it pop a bit more. So you got red there, red here. I'll try and do red here on the hammock bows. Maybe I'll give her red socks or shoes. I could give her a red dress actually. Red dress, red shoes. And then maybe her I can make a blue dress. See, I've got to think because I want to bring the purple up. Maybe I can make that cushion purple and then here purple. See, it's so much work. I've got to think it through. I could, but what I can do is kind of mark it like this. So if I do this and just put a gentle layer down, I know that whatever I've planned and the worst thing that could happen is I change my mind, I erase it, and then it's just a soft blue sort of undertone. And then here she can have red bows. And red shoes. And then here I can do just very gently sort of lay down a base color. So the green is quite even, the red is then even, the yellow is all over the place. We've got blue, we've got purple. Okay, what the heck. It's a big, we can make this a purple bow. I suppose we'll have to make that a jar of honey. Okay, at least that way I've kind of got my ideas down on paper and I won't forget. And then next time I come to it, I can always just have a rethink and a readjust. All right, I'm going to zoom out so you can see the whole page. Oh, sorry, sleeve again. I really do have long sleeves. Oh dear, it's not zooming out. It's stuck. Hang on, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. Right, that is the page. Very yellow, but quite sweet and quite happy and just very loads of fun. And you can see all the colors I've been using. And all of these, there you go. All these pencils to color this page. Thanks everyone for hanging out. It's been really great fun. I really enjoyed spending my time with you. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your week. Next week, Tuesday, I will get started on a winter or Christmas themed page, and we'll hopefully finish one or two in December. So yeah, looking forward to that. Enjoy your week. Hope you all stay warm and cozy, and all sending you all sorts of peace and well wishes and goodness. And I'll see you next week. Until then, everyone, take care. Bye.